here freaking full security for you. Because he wants to leave his magazine. Let's go! Are you doing anything? Come on, Webster! You look like molasses! There you go, sir. Get going. Arthur, you're going to shoot somebody with no magazine.
My name is Staff Sergeant Michael Tomko. I'm the course manager for the Live Fire Shoot House Master Trainer course. Fundamentals are everything, and this whole entire training program, all it does is build on their fundamentals. And you don't rise to an occasion, you fall back to your level of training. So as we send these soldiers back as force multipliers to train their soldiers, and train, then train, then train, and as much as possible to build up those fundamentals so that they fall back to a higher level of training than what they had before.
Let's go, Doc! Get out! Move! Set! Reloading! Got covered! Better get that head low! Roger! Set! Ready to move! Let's go! Who's ready to move? Move! Move! Set! Move out! Move out! Move it! Lock so clear.
The barrel's sticking straight up. It's just still telegraphing where you're at. You know? So like when you're going through the door or anything, short stock that weapon up in your armpit. You know? It's gonna be, if I'm up here doing a reload and my gun's up here, you know, I'm telegraphing the enemy where I'm at. If I take a moment and bring this gun down into my body like this, see how much lower it is and how much lower I am? And I can do a reload from down here, right? Because it's in my workspace still. My muzzle's still forward. I can still control my safety selector and everything. Come up and then come back up on the barricade. All right, so stuff to think about and work on.
Oh! Freaking slide everywhere.
You set?
You're gonna just dig up my range, huh?
Are you set?
Freaking gun!
Reloading!
No! Finally, somebody can keep a low profile. They don't want their freaking head up when they're not putting rounds down range.
He's got two guns down there shooting bad guys, right? Think he should be able to safely move from there to here? You see my point? Does he need to sprint in these horrible conditions? Does he have to go, and we're yelling at you, go, 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 because we're trying to inject stress and mistakes in dry runs. The smart guy goes like this, right? And deliberately moves to his next position, and every movement is deliberate, right? Do you have to do it in a hurry? You probably ought to be in a little bit of a hurry, right? But does it have to be so much in a hurry that you're blowing all over the place in the mud and the muck? No. Would you want to do that in combat where you're falling, combat rolling, all your gear falls apart like a hot mess? No. Does that make sense to everyone?
Roger.
Right, so think about this. Quit getting stuck in that tunnel like you see the path developing, right? Hey guys, this looks like a good path. Everybody else in America's doing it, right?
My name is Sergeant First Class John Gibbons. I work for the Sustainment Training Branch, Marksmanship Training Unit for the state of Pennsylvania. We're currently running the Pennsylvania's Live Fire Shoot House Master Trainers course. It's a 10-day course, basically relating to Range 32 at Fort Indiantown Gap for live fire shoot house operations. At the completion of this course, these soldiers will be the unit's representative for the Master Trainer's position. It's a requirement at Fort Indiantown Gap to operate the live fire shoot house itself. So these soldiers will become subject matter experts in weapons handling, range operations, the capabilities of the live fire shoot house itself, and the lead-up training, the prerequisite training for the live fire shoot house. So most of the yelling you see is in direct correlation to stress.
Why are you still?
The real world in combat is a two-way range. That two-way range is stressful. So the only way that we can simulate that stress is to yell at soldiers, to make them work in conditions of austere environments, to instill calmness while under duress.
Gotta be all safe already.
So for the last few years, we've been working with the Marine Corps for a local unit out of Maryland, D.C. that comes up here to use the live fire shoot house probably once every quarter. Our primary unit that we train is the 28th Infantry Division and other state entities, Joint Force Headquarters, the regiment trainers to keep them fresh and relevant for NCOES. Also, the Marine units, obviously. We've had interest in some of the air units as well from the Air National Guard for their security forces details to do this type of short-range marksmanship and CQB style close quarters combat training.
We learned a lot of things. The CQB element is just, it's a big part of what we do and what we need to do in the infantry. Me being at Marine Security Company, we need a lot of that, and these guys really know what they're doing, help us out a lot, bring some to our element, our side of the world over there. It was a great experience. If you don't know what you're doing in there, you don't know to pick up a guy, maybe he misses something, you got to flow right on that. If you don't know what's going on, you could blow coverage, and in a real life scenario, that means life or death right there. So you just got to really make sure you know what you're doing. You got to flow with your team. You got to know each other, know where they're going to go, know how they're going to react to certain situations. As long as you know that, you can do pretty much anything.
It was excellent being able to see their tactics, especially having the gunnery sergeant with us who comes up and utilizes the same shoot house a few times a year. It's wonderful being able to see different TTPs, tactics, techniques, and procedures that they utilize and how to incorporate that into something that I can then give my soldiers for them to use and be successful.
Keep it down there, baby. There you go.
A live fire exercise of what the infantry community does best, which is shoot, move, communicate. We're going to do a bonding overwatch on simulated barriers to instill intangible attributes while doing tangible skills. So the training right now, the outcome of it will be directly related to what they take home to their units. So it's kind of hard to tell exactly how things are going until they give it back to their units.